Hello Scorpio, welcome or welcome back to Mind, Body and Heart Tarot Therapy. I'm here to do the reading for the month of July 2020 still. Yes, so this is a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. If it resonates, it resonates, and if it doesn't, it just doesn't. Hope you're well, Scorpio. Are you enjoying yourself yet? This at the moment I'm doing this reading, it's a full moon in Capricorn, and it's a sensitive time. It's intense now. It's like full moon eclipse. It's all that shadow work around our worth and around our work and around our security, both external and internal. But yeah, let's see what's going on for you. What's going on for you? Okay, so you have the Two of Wands as your current energy choices. Okay, let's see what's your challenge. What's your challenge, Scorpio? July 2020. The High Priestess is your challenge. Okay. What's your advice? The advice for my dear Scorpio. Eight of Swords is your advice. And the Knight of Wands as your future energy. Bottom of the deck you have the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. I'm going to clarify the cards. It's a very interesting mix of energy here though. The Nine of Pentacles is the theme of your reading, and that means basically self-reliance, Scorpio. That's what it means. It's the energy of somebody who's like really worked hard and enjoying the fruits of one's labor. This lady's been working really hard to get where she is, and she's enjoying, you know, I wouldn't say the bounty, but you know, like she's planted all this, she worked on this garden, and now she's enjoying it. And she's done this by taming her wild impulses, the way she tames this bird. And there's a dark side to it, of course, there's a dark side to everything. But the shadow side of this is that, you know, this, the way that these birds are trained or tamed is actually very cruel. They keep them blindfolded, as you actually see it here. She's blindfolded. They starve them, and you know, to sorry, the word doesn't come to mind. To make sure that they're only eating from the trainer and all this, all that. I don't know too much technical details, but I know just a little bit, enough to understand that the process is incredibly cruel. And you may have been in the position of cutting off aspects of yourself, impulses that maybe were very, very strong and did not serve you. But it's very important also to learn to integrate those parts back into our lives. This is a 9, it's really, really close, back to the 10, to go to all the way to the 10 in harmony. This step needs to be taken, you know, integrating of the parts of yourself that maybe you had to be harsh on and really cut off. And again, for good reason, most likely, I'm quite sure. There's the snail here also talking about divine timing. Alright, well, let's go deeper. Let's clarify these cards. Where are these cards here? Okay, so you have Judgment here with the Two of Wands. Why is the High Priestess here as your challenge? You have the Emperor with the High Priestess as your challenge. There's an eclipse here, sun eclipse, but yeah, eclipse season. Why is the Eight of Swords here as your advice? Something's turned here. Where is it? Where is it? I saw it. There you are. Ace of Swords. Of the Eight of Swords. Huh. elegant. And you have the Ace of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands as your future energy. And bottom of the deck, there's the Father of Pentacles. There's definitely progress here. You see a jump from, I mean, it's not a jump, but they come together. The Nine of Pentacles with the Father of Pentacles. The Father of Pentacles, like, really figured this shit out. He's the provider. He's the caretaker. He's a living in luxury. This one's living in luxury too. I mean, I look at all that silk and stuff. And he's, you know, very practical. He knows when to invest, where to invest, time, energy, money, in order to keep building, not getting, like, you know, he's not necessarily a charitable man. He was gone where he is by working hard and by being very practical, a bit materialistic maybe as well. Anyhow, what I'm getting from this, Scorpio, is that you are actually this month either acquiring the means and the capacity to be fully self-reliant, to sit on your throne, to really feel secure on your own 2 feet. It could be also maybe landing projects or jobs or somehow financial or career opportunities. But I'd like to focus the readings much more on the internal landscape, right? So I feel like you're really getting your 2 feet on the ground. That's about it. And you're taking that role of being self-reliant and being really sure of yourself, I want to say, but I don't know if that's it. More like not worry so much, you know, feeling abundant, feeling that you've got this, that you really are the king of your castle. Also, what's important with the King of Pentacles is that he's a self-made man. Okay, I've read it more in the traditional sense. If I read it into this deck with the what's this, elk? No, I don't know. Animal, a deer with this very colorful horns. Are they called horns? Cornets? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know so much about this in terms of names and terms. You know, it feels almost like a crown, no? And it holds this pentacle that radiates everywhere. But it's somewhere in the sky. It looks like it's as if it's the sun or out there, or it feels like something literally floating in between the horns of this male deer. Everything else is in black and white though, so this really takes my attention. I would say that you are able to harness the energy of the physical plane right now through your body activity, through your how you eat, through your routines, through your work, through all that, you know, everything that's physical. You're really able to harness that energy right now and enjoy it just as well. These two are related. So this, the Judgment is number 2, and this is number 2. So I think you've gone into this point where you need to make a choice, and you are probably already aware that whatever happened before, it doesn't work anymore. Something is shifting. Judgment is about like radical change in your life, and something that's like, you know, almost like a resurrection. I think you are becoming aware of the fact that you are manifesting your own reality. Now, that's a difficult topic, and I don't want to go too deep into it. See how it lands for you. I will just give a few ideas around it. I don't know if you know Alan Watts. Alan Watts was I would say a spiritual figure, but he was much more, he was into Zen Buddhism especially, and he was studying Zen Buddhism, and he gave a lot of lectures about Zen Buddhism. And he has some very good inspirational lectures. And some of them are saying that, hey, let go of that control, that over-controlling mind, because we are getting what we want. Everything that we experience it because we are both inside of ourselves and outside of ourselves. So instead of like trying to manipulate my reality again and again and again, it's all about surrendering. It's all about understanding that what I'm experiencing is what I really want to experience at a soul level. So understanding this, instead of like trying to control again and again and again how it's gonna come, what's gonna come, where is it gonna move, what do other people think or feel, or things like that, I simply surrender to what life brings to me. And that's the moment where I'm really in flow. That means that in those moments you have two aces here. I'm able to notice and feel opportunities, and I'm able to respond to everything, like my internal and external world. So that's not your traditional manifestation theory or law of attraction. A lot of people believe that you really need to do this or set these intentions and work towards that in order to attract that very particular thing into your life. I'm proposing another model. Stop trying to control. That's it. Let go of control. It doesn't mean becoming passive. No, it actually gives a completely new and different freshness to life. And ultimately, even though it sounds counterintuitive, it brings a lot more control, because I can let go of the things I cannot control of and come into awareness of what is truly within my control. And again, that's the response. Of course, if your life has been riddled with trauma, that capacity to access that moment of control is not as readily available, because one needs to do a lot of release, a lot of work, a lot of reintegration, and that's not easy work, beloved. That's really not easy work. But eventually we do learn this. We do learn exactly this. By letting go of the need to control, I gain control over my capacity to respond, and I actually get more in sync with life. And this can be revolutionary. Just looking at things in this way can be revolutionary for you, at a level that, okay, it's not just the mind. This is actually not in the mind at all. This is ones, and this is major arcana. It's very Pluto energy. Again, the theme of control comes with this bird here. You may have needed to control a lot of stuff before. I think now you're learning to let go of that control and make your choices based on your instinct, and make your choices based on truly looking at the bigger picture of your life. And when you make a choice, when you go for one thing rather than another, it should not come from a place of fear, but from a place of, hey, that's what I want to experience. Now, challenging. Yeah, it is challenging, I guess, to really to hear your inner voice now, to hear the inner guidance that comes from within, that comes from the deeper self inquiry, and from just really sitting with it, becoming still, and allowing for the things to sort of settle on their own. And the Emperor talks again about control. Control. There's this tendency to control right now for you, and it may it may get out of hand. I'm going in this direction particularly because it's in the challenging position. So you may feel a little bit cut off from your inner wisdom and from your inner voice, and you may really feel like grasping towards anything that gives you any illusion of control. And I get it. We all would like to feel in control one way or another, to feel like our reality makes sense, to feel like we know what we're doing, to feel like nobody likes uncertainty. We like to feel secure. But it doesn't mean that that's reality. In reality, our capacity to control, as I said, is very limited. What we're learning is not to control my reality, but to let go and to listen to that inner guidance that's telling you what choice is right for you. Advice, you have the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Swords. Okay, so you're probably overthinking. You're overthinking a lot. Okay, which direction to go? What is that? Sometimes we can overthink this whole idea of letting go. Okay, how do I let go? Do I let go like this? Do I let go like that? Should I do that type of ritual? And we kind of get stuck in this like thought patterns, and we feel powerless and stuck. And this coming as your advice, it's very important for you right now to kind of let go of the mind and go into the body. And this is what the High Priestess says as well. Okay, she's in a challenging position, but you need to overcome this challenge, right? And the secret to do that is simply going into the body. You also have all these Pentacles energy here, which is a lot about, again, the physical world, the body, the food you eat, the exercise that you do, all that. I think this is in a very, very clear way. See that she's blindfolded. That means she can't think straight. She can't have her escape coming from these senses, from eyeing, from seeing everything. So she needs to go internally. She needs to feel into her body. She needs to feel like if she would slow down and not freak out too much, she would realize that these binds are loose, and that she has some limited freedom of movement. And if she steps on the right places, you see there's a swamp here, the terrain is rather uneven, she can navigate her way towards, say, there's one sword here singled out, and it's this sword, the sword of insight, of one particular idea, that she can cut herself free. You see that probably if she tries to use any of these swords near her, because there are too many, she can fall and cut herself into it and not die. But if she learns to like really feel her way towards the sword that can set her free, she will be free. Because there's nobody here to hold her still, you know. It's just the prison of the mind. Swords symbolize the mind. And we sometimes think that when we overthink things, we believe that if I think a little bit more, if I come up with a really smart way to deal with this, then I will somehow set myself free. But that's not how it works. We can never truly find a resolution from the plane from which the problem is. That's why the body awareness, it's like congruent with the whole mindfulness practice. The whole mindfulness practice is about going into the present moment by anchoring in the body somehow, whether it's the breath, whether it's the physical sensation of your sitting bones or feet on the ground, or things like that. It's very grounding, you know, and that can give the mind a break. Then you have this moment of insight. You see the thunderbolts here, which sets you free. You understand where to go. You understand what to do. You understand which choice makes sense to you. You understand what is it that you really want and how to get it. And see, this is beautiful because it goes into the Knight of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, enthusiastically going for the new adventure, coming back into the curious self, coming back into that state of like, hey, I see this, I see the opportunity in front of me, and I'm going there full-hearted and having a lot of fun on the way as well. You know, that expansion of your mind and spiritual aspect of yourself at the same time. This is good work, and you have a lot of supportive energy, and I don't think it's going to be too hard for you to do this. Given that you have this as the theme of your reading, like, you know, that whole self-reliance and being into, you know, enjoying yourself, being into your senses, being into your capacity to rule yourself, being the king of your castle. Okay, I'm gonna pull out a Rumi Oracle card. What is the message for Scorpio? A new gun. So number 18, yet another 9. Okay, I'll read the poem. Oh my, it's a long poem. So the poem from Rumi says, weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of a new vision. This is also visionary energy. So love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. Okay, let's read the explanation here. Okay, this is a bit of a long read. I'll try to trim it down a bit, but let's start at the beginning. So, oh beloved, if you could only see the incredible gift, the symbolic robe being offered to you now, your fears would quake and tremble, disappearing more quickly than you could imagine. Your heart would take wings and become so light your entire being would lift clean off the ground and soar like an angel bird amongst the playground of the Divine Mother's skies. Yet like a young one, so much younger than your years and wisdom warrant, you may hold on to your tattered robes as though they were the security blanket. Though you know it is time to let it go, you may take a pause and have a moment of doubt. You may wonder if the new robes will descend swiftly enough, or that without what you have known to cling onto, you will be left stark naked, exposed and vulnerable. These thoughts are not worthy of your status, but perhaps you are yet to realize you are the most sublime royal lineage, that you are worthy of a cloak of galaxies, a crown of stars, a body of sacred earth, and a voice of stirring music. You may be craning your neck to see who is that can bestow permission upon you to receive a gift of such dignity. Dignity, these two are also very dignified energies. Huh. Okay, yeah, I don't know, dignity can come strong here. So this oracle comes to you with a sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift in your spiritual path. This looks a bit like a great leap with the Knight of Wands here. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent than ever before. This is wonderful. It is a divine happening. You must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a living being, worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside belief in inferiority or superiority, unhelpful as those notions are for you now. What a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what any other may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. Who cares? Not you nor I. Your royal heritage has been revealed, and in seeing the divinity within yourself, you become blessed to see it in all beings returning to the realization of the royalty within. Craze searching outside of the heart will come to an end. A simple golden path will be found, as though a river of molten gold flows from your heart back into the oceanic heart of the great beloved, where, united again, you finally ascend your throne and claim your divinity once and for always. This oracle comes with guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment. You see, from this feeling of powerlessness that's here. You're stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worth so much more than that. You are tapping into your inner dignity, and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you thus, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. That's again like the voices. Wait, what? Yeah, allow yourself to be guided by the divine, not by your ego right now. Not by the fear, not by the notion of how things should be, not by these feelings of powerlessness that you've been holding for some time now. Instead of like trying to grasp power, let go of the need to control whatsoever. Okay, there's a ritual here. If you want to do it, go for it. If not, you can do whatever you want, of course. So I'll just read it. Place your hands very lightly upon the top of your head. Say aloud, I cast aside lesser crowns. Open your hands up to the heavens and say aloud, I receive the royal gown descending through grace. Slowly and gently guide your hands down from over the top of your head along your body, as though drawing a royal robe over your head. Allow your hands to gently touch the floor as though the robe completely covers you. Sit comfortably and visualize or intend that the most beautiful gown of many colors surrounds you. You may or may not be aware of the colors. You may see layers or shimmering lights, stars, roses, or more. You may hear the gown singing like a choir of angels, or gurgling as though it is a fountain of liquid gold. Let it be as it is for you, as subtle or as powerful as it wishes to be. Whatever happens for you is perfect. When you are ready, simply open your eyes, place your hands in prayer position and bow your head. You have finished your ritual. Alright, dear Scorpio, this was your reading. I hope this makes sense to you. I wish you all the best with your journey, and may our practice benefit all beings. If you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that, to get engaged. And may our practice benefit all beings. I'll see you here next month.